back to another fresh episode of my watch therapy. It's really our watch therapy. Maybe I should change the title of it. I don't know, but this is one giant. This is the biggest Citizen I've ever seen. It's called the Promaster Sky. It's a limited edition, and it's a watch for you. Maybe. Let me power this thing up. Look at that. It's going to the local time, or I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening here. That's interesting. Let's connect with this watch that is adjusting as we speak, as I speak. Tangled up there. It is brand new, as you can see. I was trying to see if we could see the limited insignia. There we go. That's a better shot. Radio controlled, like I said. This was loaned into the channel, but it is for sale at the TikTok Time Shop. See the dirty details right there. Reference number and price, $850. Like I said, it's giant. It's thick. It's all that. It's a big boy watch. This is not a 6-inch wrist or less watch. Maybe even 6 1/4. I think you could rock it 6 1/4. You just gotta believe and not care, right? And who's gonna mess with you with one of these? It's also a weapon, potentially. It's got a lot of cool features. The size, 48 millimeters. 48 millimeters across. And to give you an idea, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist, or a little better, 17 centimeters. And you can see there's still some space on towards, the outer edges of my wrist here. There's a little gap right there, I suppose. Yeah, it's heavy, but not uncomfortable somehow. Even with all these pushers kind of pushing into your wrist, I don't find that uncomfortable at all. It's got a, strap that just sort of suits it. It's a little bit of polishing inside, right inside there in that center area. Very cool. Let's see here. Make sure get that thing right side up. I don't know. I think for the price, think about it a little more, right? It might be worth it when you start hearing more about it. Aurora Borealis dial is what Citizen calls it. And on top of that, it has the sapphire case crystal here protecting that Aurora Borealis. As you can see right here, that's interesting. Look at the second saying. It looks like a little airplane. The radio controlled, I've talked about this on my channel a bunch, but for those of you who don't know, there are, I believe, only 8 towers in the whole world that transmit a radio signal. And this watch is lucky because I'm in Colorado and there's one in Colorado, and so it's just 100 or 200, 150 miles away maybe. The ranges of those towers are usually a couple thousand miles, close to 2,000 is what I believe I read. So interesting enough, but it's not a GPS. So I've used a radio controlled watch back in the state of Maine where I grew up. Visiting there, and it took quite a while to grab the radio signal and adjust. And it only adjusts the seconds, right? It doesn't adjust the hours or the minutes. You have to do that yourself, but if you want precise timing with the seconds, that's what radio control does. Okay? Hope that made sense. A GPS watch like Seiko Astron will grab a signal and it'll do that anywhere. You could be under a rock in the Okavango Desert. Doesn't matter. It'll grab it and will always set it correctly. It uses a satellite, right? It's just like your phone. Cell towers transmit, up to satellites and back down to other cell towers and to your phone. It's just clearly a newer and a more effective technology, or we would be using radio towers for our cell phones or something like that. So it does have a lot of features. As you might guess, look at the dial. It's absolutely bonkers. There's so much on there. It has a chronograph, a perpetual calendar, a power reserve indicator, And let's see what else. A bidirectional bezel. I will say it's a little loose. It moves a little bit, kind of more than I would want. But I think that's just kind of part of it. Um, I don't know. I think if you bumped it hard, you would definitely change it. So, a couple more features. It does have a really cool internal, if you look at the bezel there, inside the bezel, I should say, right? So, it has a rotating compass inside there. I've reviewed a few other watches that do have that. And I think that's a feature I might use for navigation. It's possible. I also said there's a chronograph, which is right here. This gets it ready, starts the chronograph. You can see that. We got 1/10 of a second there. Boom, stopped it. Keep it going. And, well, look at those hands. Very smooth. Love that. It's a really cool, like, ice blue. I was just noticing right over or around the date. Just some nice little touches, right? It's limited. It's supposed to have nice touches. Reset like so. And there you go. All right, this obviously is going to allow you to hack the movement. Let's see. Pop that out. Right, you can set the time, set the date. It's got a lot of cool features. And yeah, I wonder what you think about it. Would you wear this? I think it's, a question for you, but if I had to answer for you, if you don't mind, I think that it's a preference, right? But I do think this has presence. And if you're wanting a watch that has presence so other people notice it or so you can just keep an eye on it, this would be it. It's real big, and it's got that beautiful Aurora Borealis dial. I think it's got, a lot going on in that dial, but I like the fact that those colors on there kind of stand out amongst all that, at least to my eye. It's got a nice integrated lug system. And the retail price, I think it's limited. 2,800 pieces is not a lot for a company the size of Citizen, right? They make millions of watches. To make just a watch, all designed for the whole world to have 2,800 owners. I don't know if they're even making money on that. I don't care, but it makes it limited. It does make it special. And so that's kind of my thoughts on this watch, the Promaster Sky. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you spending a little of your most precious commodity watching my channel, which is time. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day.